Ready. Play.
And our producer also wanted us to talk about Sinner Medvedev for 5 minutes, if you guys still have time. So yeah, I mean, we already talked about this, I guess. Mario and me mentioned that it's like a 50-50 for us. Are you also of that idea, Gokal, that Medvedev has a real shot at Jannik this time as well?
Yeah, I think so. I feel like he's gonna get the win. Although I don't think it's like 60-40, but I think he's like slightly ahead for me. Maybe it's because of his press conferences or his stats. He had a very nice draw, Medvedev, but still, like he had this beautiful first week. So I think that brings some confidence, and I think he's hungry to play these kind of matches. Like his win over Alcaraz last year, Alcaraz wasn't very good, but still Medvedev showed up and he showed that he wanted to play those kind of matches. So I think he's gonna get the win against Sinner. And just one thing, a reporter was asking him, like, how are you gonna get Australia out of your mind? Something like that, the match in Australia, and he was saying, "I'm gonna think about Wimbledon." they forgot about that match. So
yeah, it's a stupid question. Yeah, exactly. When you said it, I was like, well,
I mean, it
you
wasn't
already said it
exactly
in
like that, but
Wimbledon.
Medvedev was saying like, yeah, there's the match at Wimbledon as well. So
Yeah, I
think,
would have, it could have been kind of an intelligent question. I don't know, it was the final.
Yeah, if it was the
US
final, yeah, it worked.
and
It
so,
was the final, right.
the only other Grand Slam final they have played, it's Australian Open, and so, it would have made sense.
Yeah.
But it's a quarterfinal, so Wimbledon was the Grand Slam quarterfinal as well. There was also, for example, Miami, even if it's not best of 5. I don't know, many things happened since then, so I don't really think. And also, I mean, I don't know if I have to, just to analyze, I really think it's, this matchup has kind of become more or less a 50-50 if both players are fine. Medvedev, for example, served incredibly bad in Miami, and this made all the difference. And we've seen, that kind of straightforward win for Jannik. Then again, there's been close matches, Vienna, Beijing, even if it was a straight sets, and Wimbledon, of course, and the Australian Open were very close matches. So yeah, for me, it's really a 50-50, even because we can argue that on the hard courts also they are, they are the best. Of course, there are other players into the conversation, but it's also their surface where they've got the biggest wins of their careers, when they've got the biggest things. And we will know that it's going to be last match of the day. I already knew, but the order of play now is out, and so we have the confirmation of this. I don't think it makes any difference. It was just to say everybody that that it's confirmed. Yeah, I really struggle, actually. I have to be honest. I know what I expect, of course, from the matchup. But if I have to say who wins, it would be a guess for me based on my feeling. But I really, before the match, both have been okay in this first week. They started with a slow start in the first round. After that, they've played well, I would say. And maybe Medvedev hasn't served that well yet, and probably would need that serve level to improve even more. But overall, I feel like both have their shot, and it feels for me kind of a 50-50 clash. So
yeah, appreciate the confidence from Gopkalp. I think it's really high time that we stopped treating Medvedev as like someone who cannot win matches on the hard court against pretty much anyone. Like, I don't know, or even Wimbledon against Sinner in the quarters as well. That match against Carlos, of course, last year is the perfect example of everyone just writing him off, whereas, yeah, it should not be the case at all. And what I'm going to say is that I kind of do tend to lean Medvedev as well. I think Jannik still has a few like potential best of 5 weeknesses that he can kind of work on, and just perhaps in the humid conditions in New York, then you can grind him down. This is not going to be anything like, I'm not going to be discovering America here, but I mean, when Medvedev beat Sinner at Wimbledon, Carlos was awaiting in the semis, and now he's not. So like, well, Medvedev wins this one and he becomes the favorite for the title, and that's also massive. That's also really something that is going to be a factor. I don't know if a positive or a negative one in his mind, really. Maybe he's not going to be thinking about it. He shouldn't be, obviously. But just in terms of the actual sort of importance of this match, yes, it's absolutely massive. The winner of that will be the winner of the title, will be the favorite for the title. Maybe they will also kind of feel like, yeah, this is a small final. We shouldn't be meeting in the quarters. Of course, there's still Zverev in the event, but yeah, I think it's absolutely massive, and it's pretty much a 50-50 for me as well. I just think that Medvedev has a really, really good shot to take this, and I'm pretty pumped for it. Yeah, it's going to be a huge clash. I know that some people even said that this shouldn't be happening, that like, number 1 against number 5 seeds shouldn't be playing in the quarters. Well, that's the draw system we have. I think that clearly we are going to have a cracker here in the quarterfinal stage, and I wouldn't be surprised if it goes 5 like at Wimbledon.
Yeah. No one was saying that when Casper was number 5. So
yeah, it all depends. Yeah, it's just sometimes that fluctuation is nice, sometimes it's not.
I don't know. I think
I
it's
guess
fine.
I would be for surface specific seeding systems, but like you had at Wimbledon. But in this case, would it really change much? I mean, Medvedev would still be right 4 or 5 pretty much. So, but anyway, yeah, that's not.
Yeah,
really,
because it's not like the others have got bad hardcourt results.
All the top 5 is great on hardcourt. So
yeah, absolutely. So yeah, so yeah, that's it. I think from a matchup point of view, I think everybody knows what we can expect, and I think being such a high stake match, I don't think we'll get to see big surprises. John was mentioning 13 matches in 4 years. It's actually 9 in the past 2 seasons already. And so, and I'm pretty much sure it's been the most frequent matchup over the past 2 years, because it was 6 last year, Medvedev and Zverev, but this year they've only met once, I think, at the Australian Open. So,
and that's because they keep going deep. That's because they keep going deep in these events. They've played a lot of finals against one another, semifinals, now quarterfinals as well. Clearly, it's been one of the best rivalries of the last couple of years, even if it's so lopsided. 6-love, 6-5. Now we have one more win with Medvedev. I don't know what's going to happen later, but we kind of are at about an even playing field at the moment, it seems, at least in this event, at least in conditions like this. So yeah, hopefully it will be just amazing. And
I think the only thing is maybe just to close on the Medvedev Sinner match, and I think that probably I still think that in the biggest moment of the matches, who needs to really up his level is Medvedev. Is the things are, as we've shown, we've seen lately, Sinner also having been able to win ugly, for example, in Cincinnati, and win also playing well, but peaking at the right moment, like yesterday in the first couple of sets. Let's see if this will make a difference now, if I'm thinking about it.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.